All right, everybody, Logan Alec here. Do you want to know what is going to be one of the most in-demand government jobs in 2020 that pays between $17 and $22 an hour? And would you like to see step-by-step how to apply for this job in under 5 minutes? If so, stick around in this video because that is exactly what I'm going to do. First, what is this job I'm talking about? I'm talking about contact tracing, becoming a contact tracer. What the heck is a contact tracer? Contact tracer is somebody who tracks down individuals who have been infected with something, in this case, obviously COVID-19, and also identifies those individuals who have been in contact with, who have been near to, who have been in proximity to these known infected individuals, finding those people who have been near them, those other individuals, and then encouraging those other individuals to stay home just in case they're potentially infected as well and could potentially infect others. Okay? So states are instituting their own contact tracing programs, but there is a company that has this one unified application that you can fill out and potentially be matched to the state agency that's employing contact tracers in your state. I'm going to walk you through that application later in this video, but first I want to play another clip from CDC Director Dr. Robert Redfield's interview with The Hill yesterday. I already played some this morning in my video this morning where he gave his opinion on whether or not the United States is ready to reopen. If you missed that, be sure to check that out. But for now, I want to play the clip where he talks about the contact tracing. So let's get into that.
We're going to expand the contact tracing public health workforce. And when I say expand, I'm talking about increasing it by 30 to 100,000 people.
I just want to clarify. So you're going to increase contact tracing by 30 to 100,000 people.
Yeah, the ultimate number was going to be decided by the states and their plans, but my estimate, Tom Friedman had estimated it might be as high as 300,000. Our current working estimates are between 30,000 and 100,000. Ultimately, that number is going to be decided by the efforts that we have with the local health departments.
All right, so obviously, Dr. Redfield is saying that states are going to be instituting their own contact tracing programs, right? The states are going to be the employer. The states are going to determine the requirements and the salary and how many they need and all that. Because here in the U.S., this is going to be state-based contact tracing. In other countries like Britain, for example, they're moving toward nationwide contact tracing. But here in the U.S., these are going to be state-run programs, and the salary and the qualifications and the requirements and how many job openings there are will be set by each individual state. That said, Dr. Redfield said in that clip that he estimated that nationwide there will be a need for 30,000 to 100,000 contact tracers over the past next few months, and he acknowledged that others have said have given even greater estimations for the need for contact tracers. He mentioned Dr. Tom Frieden, who was a predecessor of Dr. Redfield. Frieden served as the director of the CDC from 2009 to 2017. Dr. Frieden predicted as many as 300,000 contact tracers will be needed nationwide to meet the need. So you can Google on your own your state's name plus contact tracer for more information about your particular state's requirement and all that. But there is a company called ConnTrace that is apparently connecting interested applicants, people who are interested in becoming contact tracers, with state agencies to fill these contact tracing positions. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to mosey on over to the ConnTrace website right now and show you a few things there and also walk through the application. All right, so here we are, ConnTrace.org, contact tracing jobs. Contact tracing is the largest U.S. civilian mobilization since World War II. Join the movement, apply to become a contact tracer. I'll make myself a little bit bigger here. You can make a difference in your community in the fight against COVID-19 by applying to become a contact tracer. ConnTrace Public Health Corps is an urgent national effort to identify, screen, and train individuals interested in working or volunteering as contact tracers. What is contact tracing? I basically explained it to you. Tracking down infected people, finding everyone who has been near them, and encouraging them to self-isolate at home. So there's a little more information there. But let's talk about the qualifications, right? U.S. resident, okay, obviously. You can exhibit a professional positive attitude and work ethic, okay. Excellent interpersonal skills. You can interact professionally with culturally diverse individuals during a time of crisis and distress. Okay, so you need basic people skills, empathy, right? People are scared right now. Maybe they have COVID-19 and they're really scared, or someone they know has that. High school diploma. Okay, so you don't necessarily need a college degree for this. Now, I have seen some states, they do put a minimum of a bachelor's degree in their requirements, but I have seen other states where the minimum is just a high school diploma. Okay. Excellent organization and communication skills. Obviously, you need to be fluent in English. Second or multiple languages, a plus. I've seen some states where they're specifically looking for not only bilingual contact tracers, but trilingual contact tracers as well, right? Because that's very valuable, right, when working with the general public. Critical thinking and sound judgment, okay. Ability to handle confidential information with discretion and professionalism, right? You're going to be dealing with some very private matters. Some people don't want the whole world to know that they have COVID-19, right? So you're going to have to handle that information with discretion. Proficiency with computers, okay, you need a basic PC or a Mac with antivirus, a cell phone. Experience in clinical medicine and or public health is a plus. Okay, so obviously, right, if you have a background in medicine or public health, you will your application will probably go to the top of the pile. But that said, if you're in the medical field or public health field right now, you're already probably gainfully employed, I would assume, right? So I will, if you don't have that kind of experience, I wouldn't look at this and say, oh, of course, all the doctors are going to be applying. Well, no, they're not. They're going to be they're doing their thing in the hospitals, right? Strong preference for nurses or other clinical staff. Oh, I didn't see this before. Strong preference for nurses. What does that mean? I'm not quite sure. But let's just go through some FAQs here. Does ConnTrace hire directly? No. Like I said, they're providing the information, these applications, to organizations that are hiring contact tracing teams, such as states. Can I check the status of my application? No, it says you can't really check the status of your application, right? If somebody likes your application, they'll reach out. There's no fee to apply. This is free to apply. You don't need that kind of background, but priority is given to those with that experience. Are the positions home-based? They say yes. In the future, they could move to an office. Average $17 to $22 an hour and full-time. Okay, so I'm going to click the Apply Now button and show you how easy this is. All right, so let's go down here. Submitting this application once adds you to a national database for consideration for all remote contact tracing positions. There is no need to submit again for listings for different cities or states. Okay, so I'm going to fill this out. Logan Alec, do not email me at do-not-email-me.com. So it said on the previous page they were looking for full-time, right? On the previous page we just looked at, there was a question, an FAQ that said, is this full-time or part-time? They said full-time. So I'm wondering if you put part-time, maybe they won't like your application. I don't know. Put full-time. Are you applying for a paid or volunteer position? I'm going to put paid. Your location. Suitable demeanor. Do you have a suitable demeanor? Are you comfortable interacting professionally with culturally diverse individuals during a time of crisis and distress? So obviously they're looking for a yes there. Do you have the ability to show empathy to distressed individuals? They're obviously looking for a yes there. Are you comfortable handling confidential information with discretion and professionalism? They're obviously looking for a yes. Do you have a high school diploma or equivalent, like a GED, for example? They're looking for a yes. Obviously, if you don't have a high school diploma or GED, probably don't want to apply because that's their minimum requirement. Always answer truthfully, of course. Do you have a bachelor's degree? Right, you say yes or no. Is your resume available online? If so, enter the link below. Okay, that's interesting. So if you do have an online resume, right, you can search like free resume or something like that, and you might or create free resume online. There might be some platform out there where you can create a resume for free, right, and that you can link to it. Or maybe if you have a LinkedIn, that could count, right? If you have a LinkedIn profile, you can set that up for free. That could basically serve as your resume, right? Management experience. Do you have experience supervising teams? Okay, so I did see, like, in some states, like New York, for instance, they're looking for applicants for various positions. One is like contact tracer 1, another is contact tracer 2, another is like supervisory contact tracer, right? So I would imagine that if you are qualified and they like you and you have previous management experience, I mean, not necessarily in public health, but it could just be managing a store or something like that. They might be willing to put you in one of those higher up positions. So you'd put yes if that's true. No, obviously, if not. Can you speak, read, and write English fluently? Are you fluent in any other language? Yeah, be sure to put it there, because I would imagine that's a big plus for this sort of thing, because you're just going to be talking to people all day. Do you have a PC with at least Windows 10 or a Mac with at least Apple OS X 10.13? Yes. Do you have a personal mobile device, a cell phone? Yes. Wait, did I answer all the questions? I think I did. Yeah, I didn't do this because I'm not going to pull my LinkedIn right now. But all right. Do you have experience as a nurse or other clinical staff? I'm going to say no, because I do not. Do you have any other experience in clinical medicine or public health? If so, listed briefly below. Okay, so if you have other experience, right, in the public health or medical field, you can put it there. Do you have a social work degree or experience in social work? No. So, they're asking these questions like that. It doesn't mean you need a degree in social work, but obviously if there's two, candidates who are very similar, okay, but one has a degree in social work or the medical or public health background, the other doesn't, well, they'd probably go with this one. But that doesn't mean that this one, can't necessarily fit somewhere, right? Permission. Do you give ConnTrace permission to share the above information with organizations hiring contact tracers and for them to contact you in regards to contact tracing? So you hit yes, you say I'm not a robot, and then you submit the application. All right. So that wasn't too bad, was it? Obviously, there will be a lot of job openings for this in the near future. Obviously, a lot of people will be applying for this. So I'm not saying by any means that if you apply, you're going to be accepted or that's a slam dunk or anything like that. But I found it interesting. And I know that many of you out there would do great at this job, I would imagine. So that's why I want to share this information with you. All right. That's all I have for this video. Do with this information what you will. Also, if you're looking for new car insurance, right, I know a lot of insurance companies are giving you a few nickels back right now due to COVID-19, but it's still possible you're overpaying. Check out the link below in the description to Gabby. It's basically a free fintech car insurance comparison site. All right, so check that out. Check out the other links down there, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.